a student years ago, and I was off in a setting like this in rural Kentucky, and a little travel trailer, a little hermitage out there, and a hammock, and she was out there with me, and she was doing the course workbook lessons, those early workbook lessons, and she did the first lesson, and her face just crinkled up. Nothing I see means anything. She was just like, oh. And, you know, and then I have given everything I see all the meaning it has for me. Oh, just crinkled up. I watched her, just her face crinkled up. I do not know what anything is for. Oh. So finally, after a few days of it, I said, how's it going? And how's it going with your lessons? She said, it's insulting. These lessons are insulting. And she said, just tell me, you know, can I just skip over the early ones and kind of get into the meat of it? Tell me that they're going to get a little more where I'm at spiritually, a little more on my level, because please just tell me these are preliminary, and then, you know, like with other things in the world, you can skip the preliminaries and, you know, get on to the meat, the heart of it. I said, no, actually, it starts and the whole thing is the meat all the way through. They're all the same. If you can get one lesson completely, you don't even have to do the rest. You know, that should be encouraging. Just give yourself so full over to a big giant aha, a complete aha with any lesson. You're just starting off at the beginning, but you don't have to do all 365. All you have to do is get it, and it will immediately transfer to everything and everyone you see, and you don't even have to do the rest of the book. She's like, oh. It was just so insulting. Like, what does he think I'm in a kindergarten or preschool, you know? And then there's another part, you know, where the teaching is the truth is true and only the truth is true. Because she had the same reaction. Oh, come on. That's about enough of this. The truth is true and only the truth is true. What am I, an imbecile? What does he think I am? I'm a perfect child of God. I've been through a lot. I could teach Jesus a thing or two here. But it's, you know, that's what's so humbling about this journey. And every time you think you've been humbled, if you go just in a little further, what happens? The floor drops out. You know, you think you're standing on humility. Okay, finally, Jesus, are you happy? I'm prone, I'm laying out here. I'm laying on humility. I can't get any lower. I'm laying down in humility. And then you feel this shaking going on, and then the floor drops. You're going, ah, free fall. It's called the pride free fall. You just keep free falling and free falling. And the doors just keep opening as you go on this journey until the state of non-judgment. I do not know what this is, and I will not use my past learning to judge it. It's safety. You're secure when you can say, I do not know what this is, what this means. And I will not use any past learning to judge it. I'm just going to accept it as it is. Just pristinely innocent is really what it is. Like that Donna Marie Carey song, you don't have to forgive when you see the innocence of all. Forgiveness is only necessary when there has been judgment, when there has been a belief in separation. And when you have these innocent, still moments, then you have an experience of the ease. When you're in the present moment, when you're really relaxed in it, you're not thinking, I wish I could stay here. How did I get here? What do I got to do to maintain this? If you're having those thoughts, you're not in the moment. You know, you're pretending to be somewhere that you're really not, and it won't work. So this is all good news, and really what it's just saying is just all you need is the willingness, just the willingness to give into it, to like take that workbook lesson and really have that be your torch as you go through the day. You know, you use it for everything. Frances was saying that she before the course, she was an atheist, so she didn't talk about God or spirit or those kind of things, but when she would progressively take tests, she found more and more that she just didn't really have to study for the test when she was in school. She just had to be in the zone when she showed up for the test. And then it would take the test, and she would get really high scores from the zone. And that's a whole different way of looking at tests, because you're supposed to memorize all kinds of things and then show up and regurgitate it back out to the professor, you know, to get a good score. So she started to discover if she was in the zone, she could take the test and breeze through them. And even though she wasn't into any kind of formal spirituality or mind training, that was a good example. I'm sure you could talk to golfers and Olympic athletes and so on and so forth. They'll tell you when they're in the zone, or opera singers or actors, actresses, you know, when they're in the zone, it's so easy, it's so effortless, and they would tell you that they personally are not playing the piano, thinking, doing anything. Athletes sometimes describe it as it's like time goes in slow motion. They can see the seams on the football as it's coming into their hands. You know, to the people in the stadium watching and all the cameras, they're like, "Did you see that one-handed grab? And how did he do it? How did he hold on to the ball?" The announcer says, and he's like in the zone, and he's watching it come. You can see the seams on the ball coming, and he just puts his hand out right in front of the ball and just makes that catch like that. People say that's an incredible catch. Incredible? What's that mean? Unbelievable? No, it's believable. Everything that we experience, even our words are flipped around. You know, when you have a wonderful experience, you say sometimes incredible. But the whole world is built on belief. If it was truly incredible, it would be heaven, because heaven is beyond belief. But everything in this world is credible because the entire world is built on beliefs. And the only way we unwind from these beliefs is to see their impossibility or not judge them. So that's the whole dynamic. So it's like if you can see this, if you get a glimpse of this, you know, it can change your life. It can just change everything that you do. You can go on a whole new trajectory just by seeing the simplicity of this. It's not really that difficult to grasp. It's really quite straightforward.